Hello, everybody, and welcome to UNM Esports. I'm Dieter Elegant Cabbage Hambicki, and over there, the other voice in your ears, that was going to be Mark Luna Ephemera Ballone. How you doing today?
I'm hanging in there. We're just we're here. We're excited for.
We're here, and we are excited. First man Lulu here. We are going up against the University of Nevada at Reno. I've been told that it is Nevada. I've also been told that it's Nevada. Not sure which one it is. Twitch chat, you could tell me, but I'm going to ignore you either way. Gwen here taken out, and Viego. I'm still not entirely certain why we keep banning Viego. Actually, never mind. Didicus is mid laner, so that's probably why. Didicus is, of course, a Viego main. And Jinx being the last ban here for the University of Nevada Blue. Freestein here, unable to take that Jinx. Freestein is a pretty good hyper carry here for UNM Esports, so good to take that one out. And then Zeri here, the sixth and final ban, as Rengara here going to be first picking for Nevada. I feel like Rengara, I've seen that name before, or at least I remember someone from Mountain West being a Rengar top lane main, but I don't. He might have like changed his name because I don't remember Rengara, but I remember a Rengar top main.
Yeah, I mean,
I doubt there are that many of them.
I doubt there are that many. I also doubt that you would take it into a CLoL match regardless. I know that they did in the past, but maybe over the past couple of years they've expanded their champion pool. I do want to note that the Zeri ban, probably well worth it. I believe that she has been kind of dominating people at the moment, much to the chagrin of many people who...
Of the people who are being dominated?
Yeah. Yes.
Here, Xinyao, first pick. Interesting. I don't hate it. I don't think I love it.
Can you pick
either.
Renata right now? I thought she was not disabled.
No, I think they're just hovering it. Yep, okay. And the first picks will be Hecarim Rakan. I don't know if I like that really either.
It's... I mean, you have to pick something.
Yeah.
The support is not a terribly, like, hard... pick to grab. You see the Xin Zhao, you're like, okay, they're probably jungle. We can pick our jungle, then we can respond with the Rakan.
And Samira, the takeaway there from Freestein, which I actually like because I've seen Freestein play Samira, and even though that is his main, I'm kind of glad that they picked it away.
I'm actually interested to see what they're going to pick on the side of the AD carry. Aphelios also a
I feel like Aphelios
classic.
would have been the... Aphelios is also just like, if you go down the tier list... right now, you go Jinx Aphelios, and then both teams are like, yeah, this is fine.
I will say, over on the side of Nevada, there is so much engage right here. But also there's a lot of counter-engage on the side of UNM, and also just engage on that side as well. I think that we're going to be seeing kind of a clown fiesta, for lack of a better word.
I do like the Malphite here, pick up most likely for Yellow Cactus. Unfortunately, Hecarim already picked in, otherwise we can't go Malphite and Rammus here. Just stack armor for days. Xayah being taken out here to make sure that the Lovers duo down there in the bot lane for UNM cannot happen.
Same thing with the Silas. Can't take the Malphite ult. Good ban.
That one's a pretty good one. I would assume Skull Chaos also plays him. I feel like you don't just ban counters at in this stage in CLoL. You generally want to at least know that that person plays the champion. But Silas is a fairly common mid laner.
Yeah, he's common, and usually, I mean, even worst case scenario, if you don't know what you're doing on Silas, you do have the R button.
Yes.
And which is exactly what Malphite has, evidently.
And again, there's more AD carries being taken out than
but not Aphelios.
But not the Aphelios.
Or MF. That's an interesting choice.
MF
I could see
Rakan is pretty good.
Right.
I'm still surprised. Like, we've seen Freestein on Aphelios, right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe he just doesn't want to play it.
Maybe.
I mean,
Aphelios into Leona is a bit of a rough one, especially Samira. I mean,
so
you
is
do
Misfortune.
just kind of die.
Just kinda. Caitlyn, I guess, is really what you want there against Samira, Leona. But
maybe even Ezreal, but it's not a good AD carry with
this
comp that
with
UNM
this
is
comp, that UNM needs a lot more just kind of DPS. Zilean, I have to imagine mid lane. So what we're going to want to watch out for that Zilean is his CS numbers, because CSing with Zilean is one of the most difficult things in this game for literally no reason.
Well, it's because he has one damaging ability.
Well, it's not just the one damaging, his ability.
Terrible autos.
His auto attacks are not only slow, they do 3 damage.
It's like Anivia. I mean, they're both old champions. They just don't have good auto attacks. Remember the old Karthus auto attack? Terrible.
Well, that's why you just Karthus. At least you have Skittles. That's most of your auto attack.
True.
And Ari, that's actually a pretty good pick here into the Zillion. You at least push him in. I don't know how much. I think if you land the charm, you probably just kill him pre-6.
Yeah.
Especially if you have any just jungle support there.
It's also just a really good champion, especially with what they're doing here. You know, you can get a lot of good CC down onto a lot of people. The MF bullet time just.
And I think this is the first time in a long time I really like UNM esports comp. Like this is.
It's just what you like to see.
It's not just ease of execution here. Everyone except for Ari, everyone else just hits R and points at the enemy, and I like that. And I think this is just such an easy comp here for UNM esports to play. You know, Rakannar, Hecarim, Malphite, and then you just put the bullet time over it with Misfortune, and you get kills.
Yeah. I mean, same also could be said a little bit about Nevada. It's not press R and go in, it's press all of the abilities and go in. So it's a little different, but similar vibe.
I feel like it's going to be... They have less of a hyper carry. Like, they do have Samira, but just, like, Samira's going to have quite a time doing any sort of meaningful damage, not just against the Malphite Hecarim, but just getting in range of a Misfortune of the Ahri and not getting exploded.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have like a Morgana Black Shield here, for example. Like, yeah, sure, you have the Zillion ult to save you when you inevitably press the E button and then get blown up, but then what is the rest of your team doing?
But, I mean, this team also on Nevada, they have a lot of, like, weird engage, disengage. Like, Xin wants to go in, and he has the disengage with his ult, and, you know, Zillion has the disengage with his ult, pretty much. But, like, it's also teams that it wants to go in, but they kind of want to kite it back. It's just a weird comp that they've created. So I think, you know, going in to this game, I have to give this one to UNM esports.
God bless. The number one team in the world.
Number one team in the world, yeah. Faker, sit down.
Yeah, I've literally never seen us lose these.
That being said, we are winless. I don't even... Oh, wait, no, we technically have one.
We had a bye and then a win against Boise because they dropped.
Yes, which is essentially a bye. We are also... we did take it to Game 3 against... Who was that? Where we had to drink the clam milkshake.
Oh, yes. They did pick up a win against... it wasn't CSU,
No,
right?
It wasn't CSU. CSU was on Friday or something, and we got clapped.
Yeah.
We did not stream that. We were unable to stream because I think it was at like 11 p.m. on Thursday or something, and we just got clapped from what we were told. So
yeah, 2 20-minute games.
Yeah,
so.
it's a little unfortunate. That being said,
new week, new us.
CSU is like by far the favorite to win all of it. So that's...
Yeah, especially with Boise out of the picture.
Yeah.
I mean, who else do you have? SJSU?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I think SDSU, San Jose. Yeah,
SJSU.
I think they were seeded 3rd.
Yeah.
I forget who was seeded 2nd. Might have been the Aztecs. Might have been San Diego.
Yeah, I think. Well, barring Boise. Yeah.
No, Boise was actually seeded like almost last.
Didn't they get 2nd in the conference?
No, so seeding, how it worked going into the conference was everyone got points allocated to them based on the rank of the players on their registered team. So I think if they were masters or above, it was 5 points. If they were diamond, it was 4. Plat 3. Gold
I see.
2. Below gold.
Prior season performance did not matter in the
yes.
slightest, I see.
So basically what it was is we were just based on that. I think we were 2nd to last, with Boise only having 3 members signed up and still being above us. Yeah. And I think CSU had like 24 points. I think they have like 4 Masters players or something. Like absolutely insane. Which just like based on demographics, they shouldn't even have. Like they're a big school, but they're not that big.
Yeah, I honestly, truly, it's a world that we live in where you can just recruit people to your school based on League of Legends performance.
I guess CSU, you pretty much do have the entire state of Colorado.
True.
I mean
we have the entire state of New Mexico.
Entire state of New Mexico. But Colorado is a significantly larger state. But either way, here we are against another four-corner state here, Nevada.
What am I looking at?
They're looking for a cheeky 5-man, and I'm not entirely certain what they were looking for with that, because UNM, we're just doing a standard 5-point.
They really got that word down.
The one thing that UNM I have noticed is not good at is, I mean, I can't blame them for not noticing that, but we are not good at
hanging out in the river just enough to see what they would go across.
No, it's when we're not good at trading sides, and with that I mean when we do this 5-point and we see one them 5-man into the bot side, we don't trade for vision on their top side, right?
Just give it up and then...
We usually just give it up and don't get our own wards, which is something that I do want to see this team improve on, but I can't blame them in this game because how would they have known?
Who goes down there?
That was just
like this reminds me of when I first started playing League in Season 2, where people would just hang out in the bush and bot lane.
You did that in Season 2 when you were like literally iron. So I don't know what that one was. It looks like they're looking for a cheeky bush strat. But
they know that they're there.
Yeah, but Yellow Cactus should be saying, okay, no one went to leash topside, so he's either doing a leashless Xin Yao, which you can do, or they're sitting in a bush, and unfortunately gets cleared out, but that's still good information for a ward.
Yeah, called out, and then, now we're just regular laning.
Yeah. They didn't even get the push. I mean, there's a little bit of a push here, but nothing.
I think that they hit 2 first here, which is a little...
Yes.
Little scary.
Oh,
but
good,
it is dodged.
Good dodge there.
Stun hits. Party Pyro taken down a little low, but...
Level 2 here all, so...
The always classic Leona in the bush strat.
It's a really good bombs we've been seeing here hit in the mid lane. Skull Chaos using all of his mana really to do that, though. And Didicus is at full HP, still having 3 pots. I do like him starting the ring there. I think that is a good pickup, not just for Ahri, but knowing that this is a relatively low damage comp. Good charm.
Huge. Nice electrocute. A lot of damage coming in, but here comes...
Dunkel is here. Didicus getting
the
slowed
slow
down.
Is
having to flash out. Dunkel flashing forward and getting that kill with the wind becomes lightning on Xin Yao. First blood to him.
He just does so much damage, and that slow, my goodness. Yeah. It's like you might as well be stunned. It would probably be easier.
I don't actually know what this... I would imagine that the slowdown is called something like... Slow down. He's an old champion and it's time-based, so it's probably... I want to say time work atomic, but that's something completely different.
Yeah, that's just the that's the rune.
Yeah.
That you
so
take.
I don't know. Either way, here Nevada up.
Party Pyro could be in a bit of a struggle
but Dunkel
here.
is down here.
That
so
is
is Skull
4
Chaos.
people.
Party Pyro looking for the grand entrance to get out. Skull Chaos doing a little bit of just return damage as Freestein gets a lot back.
Very close, actually.
Didn't even blow his flash. Freestein, of course, had to, but Party Pyro, knowing his cooldowns and able to get out of that one.
I mean, something you'll notice also is that the cleanse wasn't blown there, which is actually pretty critical for the Misfortune, especially into Leona lane. As long as you cleanse the stun and not the Zenith Blade, you're doing pretty good.
And that was also pretty good there for Didicus, as he had to blow his teleport to get back to lane early. And that no one dying there mean that Skull Chaos... is also a little bit down on that roam. He's down 12 CS already, didn't pick up anything for his troubles, and had to teleport back to lane. So,
yeah, I mean...
All in all, that bot lane play of not dying bailed out the mid lane a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually pretty critical. And, moving forward into the lane here, I think that we're probably not going to really be seeing much until we see Dragon. I have a feeling that we'll probably be seeing a mid-fight far before that, especially with the TP being down, and they know that Ahri's flash is down. We're hoping that that Smoosh Bunch does hang out in the mid side of the map.
Yeah, and I think basically we're just waiting here for level 6 on Ahri. As soon as she has that, she's going to be perfectly fine. So I think Dunkel needs to just kind of sprint mid right now because that gap is closing soon. But we do see 3 members mid here from UNM.
Yeah, actually, we're going to be seeing the opposite. Skull Chaos manages to find the flash. The dash on there does not. The grand entrance doesn't hit, and Smoosh Punch is having to leave that fight. You'll notice that Yellow Cactus is very low on mana in the top lane. I have a feeling Zinzao will be up there very shortly. The lane is frozen against him, and it is a rough time to be
unfortunate, yeah.
Ooh, does get hit by the pole.
Good pull.
It shouldn't matter.
But is going in. He is level 6.
Misses the charm. It would have been a kill.
Yeah, I think that would have been a kill with the charm, with no flash there on Skull Chaos. Freestein getting flashed on.
AP Cog is just going in, doing so much damage. There was honestly nothing that they could do. The cleanse did not matter. The extra, what is it? The extra damage that comes off of Samir's passive with the stun on Leona is a lot more than you'd probably think.
Yeah, Smoosh Punch
fighting Smoosh Punch and just doing half of his HP in one quick go.
Despite being slightly up on CS, actually is a level down here and quite squishy, having no defensive items, and it looks like the Chain Whip has been completed for the Xin Yao, so he's just going to be on a better...
I think the critical piece here is that UNM just needed to back. Like, across the entire map, they needed to back right before they all were having issues.
Yeah, Freestein there was low on mana and no sums. Well, he had the cleanse, but...
he was also very pushed up.
Yeah, got flashed on by Zenya, and Party Pyro was not there. I think if Party Pyro was there, you're able to greed for pushing that in, no problem. Just because if the Leona does that and flashes forward, you at least have a decent chance.
You have 2 shields, a heal, and a knockup. Yeah, you have a good chance of making it out of there, at least.
Yeah, you might Party Pyro might have to start aggressively going in there, but I feel like you can at least get the stop. But either way, here Freestein is on the Noon Quiver, so on a pretty good, actually, power spike for him as AP Cog only on the Vampiric Scepter.
Yeah, if they can manage to dodge the Zenith Blade, they'd actually be at a pretty good advantage in taking a fight against them right now.
Yeah, I think Party Pyro here, they just want to dump this wave into the tower, make sure it doesn't get frozen on them.
Yo, Cactus and Rengara just doing the old top lane classic of posturing.
Yeah, Yellow Cactus has the... the Arcane Comet? No,
yeah. I mean, that's a Malphite classic. What are they going to do? Walk at you?
Just the thing is, with Arcane Comet, that works a lot better on people that don't have sustain, like Mordekaiser. Oh,
okay, interesting. Party Pyro just kind of let that happen, but then didn't go in.
I feel like he could have at least, like, I think he grand entrance to basically yourself right there.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of damage and then just jump to Freestein.
Yeah, you allow Freestein to do a little bit of damage and then you just walk away because Leona's essentially done there. You're under tower. What else are they gonna do?
Yeah, so that was a little odd that there was no trade really of any damage. Party Pyro just taken a little bit low. Does have an extra pot here and a Fairy Charm.
Looking at the CS numbers, you'll notice that it's actually fairly even across the board. The only real... hello. Party Pyro finds Zenga in there. Smoosh Punch coming in. Didicus also finding the charm on to Zenga. However, AP Cog is just spinning around, doing a lot of damage. Ultimate comes up. It's not going to be enough. Healing, though. Zenga is a little bit down. Does find the Zillion Ultimate. However, Zinzao just face-tanked an entire bullet time. Smoosh Punch going to try to find something. Zenga is low on mana, has absolutely nothing else. It could be a kill, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
No. So close. Yeah, Freestein there. Actually, that was such a good ultimate, getting it onto Dunkel as he jumped in on the Misfortune forcing him to face tank the entire bullet time. Basically.
Yellow Cactus is in a bit of a struggle there, but then just ulted out.
Yep, he'll be fine. He has ult and flash there. But yeah, that was just a really good fight by UNM. Party Pyro did unfortunately go down, but he was able to kite back enough that it forced AP Cog to basically be in the middle of 3 by the time that he got that kill. So yes, it was, I think, a 2-for-2 overall, but it was Dunkel and AP Cog, I think, that went down on the side of NVE, which are at this point, the most fed members, and I don't think there was any shutdowns or anything, but those are still the people that you want to be knocking off the map more than anyone else.
Yeah, and notably, Samira didn't have their Mythic there. And
yes.
While Samira ult is oppressive, it is not nearly as oppressive as it used to be, and the level 1 ult without a Mythic is like, it's fine.
I mean, even level 1 ult with the Mythic is pretty
Yeah, it's overall just kind of like not great. So
yeah. Anyways, going back to the top lane, I don't like the Arcane Comet build here with against the amount of sustain that a Mordekaiser has. I think you just go Grasp or something here and just start whacking each other.
Yeah, I mean, on some level though, the mana flow band and the other like various arcane benefits that you get are a little worth it. Party Pyro just kind of tanking a full half of his HP.
Yeah, and just kind of letting Samira almost get to S there. So
yeah, that's not a place you want to be.
That was a little bit odd. I don't even think he cleared out that ward. No, he didn't. So Skull Chaos walking past a pink.
Almost walking past a pink.
Going to pick that one up. He is going down a little bit in CS. Not as bad now that he is able to just hit double bombs and pretty much completely clear out a wave.
Yeah, with the other ward, they should see the Zillion on the way, and they do spot it out. The pings come through. Party Pyro actually baiting out the double bomb there. Just does not land.
Yeah, double bomb misses there, and therefore there's literally nothing you can do.
Yep, he walks away sadly.
Yeah, there's you go, okay. See ya.
I mean, one of the interesting pieces about like Rakan in general is that you can kind of like really bait fun things like that because you just have so much mobility.
Oh yeah, even if Rakan got hit by the one bomb, you just immediately run to Freestein and then make sure you don't blow up on him.
Right.
And you go, okay, I'm out of range now. What are you gonna do? So let's see if anything happens here. Smoosh Bunch is
Zegna has an inkling that there's something weird going on.
Dunkel is here. That was a big double up.
Party Pyro is looking for something, but him looking for something is a little. Oh my god! He went in right when the back went off. Oh no, that's so sad.
That was a good cleanse.
Freestein's going to be in a bit of a trouble, though, because he has no mana. Grand Entrance comes through as well, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was...
The engage right when the back happened was so sad.
Yeah, that one's... I think this might be first tower, too. That is the Eye of the Herald here on Dunkel. I don't know why they aren't staying for it.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. I mean, I know that they see the Hecarim, so maybe they think that he'll just kill it before.
It's a 3v1. I feel like you at least bring that tower down to only one plate.
Maybe they want to use it mid and force the dragon?
Maybe?
That might be it. I don't know. It feels like they kind of missed out on something there, but if they actually do end up doing something mid, then I can see why they did it. But if they don't, then it was silly.
Yeah. Remember to put the dragon timer on there. 40 seconds until that. Yeah, that's but like, sure you can use it mid here, but you're only going to get those first two
Party Pyro
plates.
Always playing so far up. It is insane. Ultimately though, playing Rakan, it's fine. Once you max Grand Entrance, it actually is a pretty low cooldown considering. But
that's interesting. We are seeing the Kraken Slayer here on Misfortune, and it's not the lethality build.
Oh my gosh! Unstoppable Force hitting. I think they're in the death realm at the moment. Does do a lot of damage. Freestein, unfortunately, trying to kill AP Cog, but with the shield bow and healing, it's just not going to be enough.
And that is going to be the Rift Herald going down mid lane, and only 2 turret plates going for that, so only 180 gold into Dunkel's pocket.
Oh no.
That was a really good ultimate there from Smoosh Bunch to get out of that one.
Yeah, thank God the Unstoppable comes through on
that was buffered perfectly.
Yeah, any later or any earlier and it would have been pretty bad. So.
Yeah.
But that does mean Dragon. That does mean some gold over from the mid lane. Yellow Cactus having a bit of a hard time against Rengara up against the Mordekaiser. Skull Chaos actually is here for the dive. Yellow Cactus
but on the other side...
Oh, no. Dunkel gets caught a little bit. However, Party Pyro is going to make it out. Didicus now in a bit of a bad place.
Oh, Dunkel deciding not to push that one, seeing Freestein, I think. But that was such a good ultimate there from Dunkel, just disengaging.
There's just so much damage coming out of Nevada.
Yeah, just Dunkel there doing a really good job of disengaging what would have been a very bad fight. Otherwise, Yellow Cactus somehow survived the dive.
Did survive, teleports back, only to be met with a double bomb. However, it does stop the tower from going down.
My guess, having not
I don't think you want this Smoosh Bunch.
Yeah,
That's a bit of a questionable move.
Strike Oh, I think if that wouldn't become lightning hit, he would have been dead there.
Yeah, speaking of things you don't want, Party Pyro and Freestein kind of on the flank against the enemy bot lane, but not in a place that they want to be.
Yeah, I think objective bounties here are available for UNM. That's never a
bad thing.
Yeah, never a bad thing, but we are 4,000 gold down here. I think what happened in the top lane is the Mordekaiser died to the turret but was reviving, and by the time that they tried to re-dive, which is basically what you have to do there, the turret, my guess is they did a really bad job of juggling turret aggro, and either the Zilean took a couple of shots, or they were like, all right, he died and is reviving under turret, didn't come back with that much HP, because there's not that much AP here on the Zilean yet.
Party Pyro managing to grand entrance out of the Solar Flare?
Solar Flare. Zenith Blade is the E. I forget what the W is called.
I believe that is Eclipse?
Eclipse? Maybe.
Something like that. Party Pyro actually finding the ultimate, and wow, they are just layering the CC. The TP coming down. It's not going to be enough immediate. Oh, it is enough. AP Cog manages to find the revive, and then Dunkel just coming in for the cleanup on the side of that. It was almost good, but
that
instead...
was such a good TP there from Skull Chaos. Just barely in time to get the revive there. Chrono Break, I believe is what it is, on his
AP Cog living there is a tragedy among tragedies.
Absolutely. That would have been an absolutely insane shutdown to go down onto Freestein. But unfortunate for UNM, that was no kills. Dunkel was there in time too. I think 2 went onto him, 2 onto AP Cog. And now it's a 7,000 gold lead over to Nevada at 16.5 minutes.
Yeah, we should be seeing item breaks coming across on Nevada after that fight, especially. We're seeing 2 items on the Samira, which is already terrifying. We're seeing... Mordekaiser should be finishing his item, right?
Yeah, that is... I mean, he has 2,000 gold.
Yeah, he's sitting on 2,000, so he's going to be buying his. And then everyone else has already purchased, which is it. I mean, I guess most of the kills are located on the Samira. So. Yeah,
Mordekaiser's just been kind of farming it out up there.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for him, or actually no, unfortunate for Yellow Cactus, really, for that. He wanted Rengaro to go somewhere else at some point, but at the same time, Yellow Cactus saving his team from that eventuality of a Mordekaiser R-ing Freestein and then there not being any more damage. So...
Yeah, I mean, Didicus does manage to pick up the Mythic here, so they will be doing more and more damage as time goes on.
Second Rift Herald of the game picked up here for NVE.
They actually put the Zilean down in the bot lane. Pretty easy to clear waves when you have a double bomb. However, if they do manage to get the Zilean under tower, it could be a half-decent dive. You do have to watch out for the Zilean ultimate.
They're doing a pretty good amount of damage just to this turret. I think they get it.
Yeah. It should be, yep, and that's objective bounty.
Objective bounty, and there was really no response, even though, again, NVE has this Rift Herald.
They did put them 1,000 closer.
That should be mid lane just like gone if they decide to put the Rift Herald there a second time.
You would think, but UNM is kind of prepared for this. They're getting ready for the dragon that's coming up in 1 minute.
Yeah, Yellow Cactus could have back there. He does have teleport in time, so he could have been fine, but deciding not to go back up. He's only on 300 gold, so I think that might have been a troll back anyways. Full HP, full mana, 300 gold.
This fight, because of how the items are, I'm going to say that if they can kill the Samira, they could win it.
Yes.
If they don't, they lose entirely and are probably going to lose the game off of it.
Unfortunately for UNM, they have to kill Samira twice just because of the chrono break on Skull
Zilean
Chaos.
notably is not there. If they could manage to get a quick and dirty
If they're
kill,
able to pick out the Zilean or keep him away or something.
Yeah, Nevada actually playing pretty safe there, playing smart.
Yeah, knowing that basically the only win con here for UNM
split a lot there. The Bullet Rain does manage to save a life, but I don't know if it's going to save Yellow Cactus's life.
Having to flash out.
A ward, Smoosh Punch off the back end. Dragon is shooting them from the back. They do try to find the AP
3-man ult.
Oh, oh my gosh, I don't even know what's going on. The bullet time is going over everyone. Tons of damage is being done. However, UNM losing the fight entirely because Samira had both the Zilean ultimate and the stopwatch active on it. Freestein just doesn't do enough damage. The bullet time didn't kill anybody. And
Skull Chaos, I don't think he wanted to be there, but Rengaro just able to clean that one up in the 1v2.
Good Lord, I just didn't even know where to start.
Yeah, that was a little bit rough. I mean, it was a really good unstoppable force by Yellow Cactus catching 3, but unfortunate Freestyle was just barely not in range to do anything with that.
Yeah, I mean, that right there.
AP Cog survived for so long. He was so low. The Chrono Break timed out, and it looked like something might have happened. Skull Chaos was on no mana, no HP, but unfortunately Rengara, just very fed at the moment, was able to just 1v1 that AD carry.
Yeah,
I do have to...
It's just unfortunate that both the stopwatch and the Chrono Shift were up on the Samira. I mean, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, and I do have to... I still think lethality is the main build for Misfortune, and especially against this team, you're not particularly worried about killing. Like, no one here is going to be stacking armor on this Nevada side,
except for Leona.
I mean, Leona is, but that's you clean up. If you are able to burst down AP Cog and Skull Chaos, and even Dunkel to an extent, it doesn't matter if Leona survives.
Right, yeah. Leona's not doing damage,
you have enough
really.
damage in the tank to burn a Leona down after you kill their team around her. That's kind of always... And you see that all the time, especially with Malphites, where you're like, well, Malphite ulted, none of us died, and now his team is
we
dead.
ignore him, yeah.
And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, Yellow Cactus looking for a little bit of something in there in that jungle. They do have a lot of vision on that top side with the Baron. I think after a pretty disastrous team fight there, you kind of don't really want this. You're looking for a pick, so the vision is good. However, the tables are sort of turned. The charm does land, and Soul Chaos is dead. Dunkel now up and next. There's 4 people.
Is here.
Freestyle ulting off the side. However, it's just not doing any damage.
How is he always out of mana?
I honestly don't know. Unfortunately, that just means that there is going to be nothing following that up, and the cleanup on the entire side of UNM means a clean ace in a trade for the Zilean.
Yeah, and I think the other reason that you might go the lethality build is I think you build the Myrrh mana in that build, and I think that uses a lot less, or you get more mana, and we've been seeing Freestyle just like in every single one of these fights just not having anything left in the tank.
Yeah,
and I don't know what he's really using it on, frankly, but here we are. Baron on 5 members of NVE. I think Skull Chaos even respond in time. Gonna do a quick yep. 5 members here of Nevada wearing purple.
I mean, if you're Nevada at this point, you probably just split 2 lanes, probably go top, kill Yellow Cactus, split down the mid, kill anyone you meet, and then win the game.
Here, now what you do is you push out top. You want to get the 2 tier 2s in top and bot. Unfortunately for them, this 4th dragon of the game is spawning in a minute 45. That was...
that was amusing.
Yeah, that was amusing. So basically what you want to do is you actually really want to push out mid and bot, and just you don't actually particularly care if you get the inhib tower right here on this push from Nevada in the next 2 minutes. You're basically just trying to did they get it? Oh, that was actually pretty huge there from Didicus.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fun. They do get a lot of vision off of that with the dragon spawning. It is soul point. It is 19-3.
Yeah, but basically, NVE should be pushing out these lanes in mid and bot so that UNM has to respond to those, so that they can basically just back up at any time after the dragon spawns and take it. And UNM has to compete with these waves, having no vision and just kind of strangling them out.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Mordekaiser didn't head top there to stop Yellow Cactus, especially, and then push the tower. I mean, they had every other lane pushed in. That was the only lane that was pushing back.
This is kind of something that we see a lot of in CLoL, is teams get Baron, and then it's like a minute until Dragon, and they don't really know, like, it's almost indecision that they're just, like, halted
like,
by.
the Dragon's always going to be there. Just go for it when you're done.
Yeah, like, especially this far ahead, you have 3 Dragons. They should be able to feel...
going in, missing the AP Cog, though. The Grand Entrance does find AP Cog. However, they don't actually go down until the Zilean ult does pop, and then Dunkel's underneath the tower, and that is a clean ace.
That is a quadra kill for AP Cog. That was in a 4v5.
Yeah. Well, Chrono Shift. What else? What else is there to say?
Chrono.
Or no, Chrono Break.
It might actually be Chrono Shift because Chrono Break is Echo Soul.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, it's Chrono Shift. Yeah, I know
What
that
are you
because
do?
of the Crazy Boars production, the Chrono Shift meme. Anyways, UNM here. It's not looking good for them.
I would have to say that they don't win this one.
Yeah.
I think that they lose right there. Actually.
Yeah, but this is a best of 3. UNM
Game 2
will be able
right
to
there.
come back into it.
So we'll be seeing you in the next draft pick.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to UNM Esports. Here, UNM down 0-1 in this best of 3 versus Nevada Blue as we get into game number 2. So far, the bans, 1 of 6, are the same.
We know you have a lot of choices in streams out there, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you for choosing UNM Esports. The Zillion ban, probably a good play.
Yeah, that was a little rough. What's your stewardess will be around shortly for complimentary beverage delivery, and
Zillion bans.
And we also have a credit card.
If you have a credit card,
if you sign up right now, you get 6,000 extra
miles.
Miles. It's usually miles. I was trying to figure out what's channel points.
Oh,
but we don't have channel points enabled otherwise.
If you hit that like and subscribe button right now.
We might actually have channel points, but I don't think we have anything that like
do with them.
And,
I don't think we have them.
Can we enable them, or do you have to be?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll figure that out another time. We're rounding out the bands.
And then we can do a casino, UNM or the other team, and that would be fun.
Oh yeah. Rounding out the bands, though, we see the Samira and the Zinzao completely
I really like
just
that.
from last game.
I'm always a big fan of when something, when you lose to something, just ban it.
Yeah.
Just ban all of it and force them to show you just something.
Anything else.
Anything.
That is true. They did pick the Viego. That is a scary pick. However, we're seeing the Aphelios.
Yeah,
God
Aphelios,
bless.
we do know, is a counter to Viego. That's actually the other way. If Viego takes Aphelios and then uses all of the gun ammo, apparently Aphelios never gets that gun back again for the rest of the game. It's a known bug.
That is unfortunate. I mean, honestly. Right.
It's a soft counter. I really wonder.
But to be fair, how do you use all of the gun ammo
and
in
an
3 seconds?
If this is a Didicus Ivern mid, I'm getting up and leaving.
I don't think it's an Ivern mid.
Just straight up, I'm telling you, from me to you, if that Ivern is mid, I'm leaving.
Okay. I don't think it's an Ivern mid. It better not be. It could be Ivern top, actually. The way that the meta's been with the whole fasting
it could be.
supports.
I mean, we did see Yellow Cactus basically doing a fasting support on.
I honestly, I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm like, that wouldn't be terrible. All the Jannas and the Lulus are already taking Smite. Ivern could just do that, but better.
Yeah. And everyone gets a red buff.
Yeah, everyone gets a red buff. That's exciting.
Unfortunately, Ivern is, I'm going to say, worse than either Lulu or Janna.
Largely speaking, yes.
Yes.
Especially if you buy a Serpent's Fang. However,
Ziggs
the Ziggs in the bot lane.
I'm guessing that's a bot lane Ziggs.
God, I hate that champion.
Yeah, it's a little annoying. Ziggs with Leona is weird. I don't like that. So I almost hope that the Ziggs is mid.
I actually do like the Nami pick on that one. I think that Lulu probably would have been better here, but I don't hate it.
I like the Nami just because Nami Aphelios can blast a Ziggs.
That's true.
Like 100%, just blast the Ziggs. Whereas
it's actually really easy to hit an Aqua Prison on a Ziggs.
Yeah. Whereas I mean, Lulu's still going to be annoying, but a little less so. So I like just being like, yeah, we're just gonna take, assuming that Ziggs is bot lane, we're just gonna take a really strong bot lane ourselves, which I do like.
Right.
I mean, Aphelios isn't amazing in lane, but Nami is. So. Who cares?
That's a dub.
Yep.
The Diego Ari banned out.
UNM banning Malphite themselves. That makes me think that Yellow Cactus did actually want to play Malphite, and that was a pick away last game.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Interesting. I want to see
I don't hate Malphite, but
Kassadin. Okay. I haven't looked at the OP.GGs for any of this NVE
I believe Skull Chaos plays Kassadin.
I would imagine two bans in a row. But I almost would have wanted a Mordekaiser right there, just because Rengara playing Mordekaiser, it's very hard to play Protect the Aphelios comp when your 80 carry gets put into the pizza.
Into the ethereal zone.
Yeah, into the ethereal zone here. Freestein looking for
Sylas.
a Sylas. Picking that one up. I mean, we do see pretty good ults. I don't actually know how Sylas works with the Viego ult.
I assume it just does the stuff, but doesn't give you the passive?
I don't know.
Huh.
Either way, Sylas stealing his Ziggs and Sylas stealing his Leona is
In the hopes of the game not crashing, we're gonna hope that
those are pretty good. Set also a pretty decent one to grab, just because you get yourself in there. You grab their front line and jump to their back line, and now you're a Sylas in their back line. What's up, idiot?
Same thing with the Yone. The Akshan ult is terrible. So no, we're just seeing a lot of picks. I don't know.
Okay, if that's actually a Victor, then it is a Ziggs mid. Susan. That's interesting.
Okay, so we're seeing Set mid, Susan top, Viego jungle, Ziggs, Leona bot.
Yeah, I hate that. That is
not a great pick.
What is the longest range?
Susan into Nami?
What is the longest range top lane that there is?
Quinn.
I guess that was a dumb question. Yeah, I like the Aatrox here.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, everyone, like literally everyone is so low range here on Nevada, with exception of Ziggs. But even he is fairly short range, anyways. The exception of his ult, but like. What?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure either.
That actually is a Nasus mid. I mean, I guess they're like, what are useless ults for Sylas to steal? But like, I don't know. I feel like a Sylas stealing a Nasus ult is still terrifying.
I would have to imagine that what Skull Chaos, based on the Zillion play, does in the mid lane is just kind of sit there and then meander other places. That is my best guess, because based on the Zillion performance, based on the fact that you're playing Nasus mid lane,
I feel like the punishment for a Sylas is you pick a ranged mage and you're able to just kind of poke him out. I don't like Nasus into Sylas, mostly because I don't know how that goes, but also because I don't think it goes in the side of Sylas, or I don't think it goes in the side of Nasus.
I would have to agree. Yeah.
You really like Nasus wants to walk up to that wave, and Sylas really wants to punish anyone that wants to walk up to the wave.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, Sylas, on some level, just has more abilities.
Yeah, I feel like Sylas also, like, at a certain point, I think the Sylas, like, you don't actually care that much if you're dumping waves into Nasus, because Sylas, you're actually useful as a roam champion, especially in the mid lane. So you just, sure, Nasus is getting those plus 12 stacks in the mid lane.
But also you're getting...
But Sylas is just running down Ziggs in the bot lane, so it doesn't matter.
You're also getting the plus 300 gold on the kills. So
and unless this early game goes like god awfully for the side of UNM, I don't even see how they like win this. Like, what is Nevada's win con here?
Viego, maybe make it to 40 minutes.
Maybe. I actually, now looking at it...
Maybe they're just doing the Boise special and
now looking at it, I think Aatrox should have actually just been, like, a Scion or something. Because there's straight up nothing that they could have done about that.
That is true.
Like, they...
Like a Giga Tank?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we could have seen the Yellow Cactus special of Ornn in the top lane, and it probably would have been.
And that would have been pretty good engage as well. But that being said, like, I think even just having the fighter of Aatrox being perfectly content on the front line to duke it out with the Set and Nasus, like, he'll be fine. He's not going to be an unkillable tank, but I don't think he's going to be particularly squishy either.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a terrible thing, and I think Aatrox is also just going to be more skirmishing power, which is what this team wants anyways. So, you know, skirmishing or team fight, it depends on how you want to look at it. But UNM, very clear win cons. You put everything on Aphelios, or you put everything on Aatrox either. You just go, all right, front line, go have a field day.
Yeah, Nami and Ivern are just going to sit right there with the Aphelios and just go, go, my children.
I always love the late game Nami mechanics where your AD carry is so much faster than you, so you put your E and your W on them, and you hope your W like bounces to someone on the enemy team, and you're like, that's all I got. See ya.
Yeah, I will ultimate. Have fun. Yeah, especially when you ult and like it gives your team double the passive, and so
Yeah.
they're really just zooming right past you, and you're like, "Go get him, champs!"
Go get him, slugger. Um, yeah, I don't. Yeah, this one's weird.
I mean, we did give it to UNM
Yeah,
last
we gave
game.
it to UNM last game, but this one is this like
Is particularly UNM centric.
yeah, as much as like we see the Twitch chat meme of like haha no damage. It really is kind of haha no damage. So,
Yeah, truly I have to wonder what is going on with Nevada's draft. I wish I knew. Looks like we're having sound issues. I don't think we're going to have in-game sound. So you're just going to have to listen to the sweet, sultry tones of our voice.
yeah, that's music. Maybe it's everything.
There's nothing. I think it's just on the wrong channel. But, hey, if we want to do it right now, that's fine with me too.
Well, it looks like that we will be right back in an attempt to fix that, as nothing is really happening in this early game. And we did it!
We got sound! Hooray!
Wow, it's a little loud.
It is a little
Anyways, here we have sound.
Luckily, nothing happened. So
Yeah,
we
we
didn't miss
saw
anything.
that we saw the same 5-man into the bot lane again.
I just don't get what that's for.
Yeah, like
yeah, they get the early ward, but like, okay.
Who have they fought that like they are now thinking they're going to get people?
Face checking a bush is a bit of a questionable one into a Leona. Ebb and Flow does trade well. Ooh, a lot of true damage coming out onto the Aatrox there up at the top lane. Hate to see it. Yeah. Cool.
Oh,
level 2 is hit. Party Pyro hit by the Zenith Blade. It does get dealt a lot of damage, having to flash out. However, Freestein doing a lot of damage back. I don't know if it's going to be enough.
I think it is. AP Cog
Tidecaller's Blessing does a ton of damage there.
AP Cog didn't have, he really doesn't have cooldowns here. He's a level 2 Ziggs.
Yeah, that's actually really good because Nami has the sustain and Ziggs Leona does not. They
Yeah.
are going to have to chug both potions.
That was Freestein there. Unfortunate there for Nevada that they weren't able to pick up the kill onto Party Pyro, but he just kind of
Rengar
flashed
just
out.
running in there and punching people.
That is set. But yeah, that's really good here actually for the bot lane of UNM, only losing the flash of Nami, which, I mean, that is a pretty big deal, but AP Cog taking so much damage. Oh.
Freestein is just a different kind of
I think if
Aphelios
that
player.
hit, you flash forward to get that last little bit of damage, just because. Oh.
Did the game crash?
Oh, that's definitely a
League of Legends, no!
A League of Legends moment, as we are going to be right back.
All right, we're back. Numerous technical difficulties aside, looks like Nevada picked up a kill onto Silas at some point.
Yeah, not entirely certain what happened there, but we can already see Silas here 10 CS up on the Nasus. Kind of what we were saying in Champion Select of what is the Nasus going to do?
Yeah. I mean,
and we also see, you know, Freestein here going up 10 CS on the Ziggs, meaning that even though First Blood did go over here to Nevada, it's a 500 gold lead. Actually, really only like 300 here from UNM.
This is an absolute Aatrox moment. The shield should come out pretty shortly. Actually, he doesn't even use the W. Just kind of
that was very aggressive.
That was risky.
Yeah. Oop. Aqua Prison
lands.
Does land.
You gotta farm those. Gotta farm the stats.
Yeah. Here, Freestein pretty comfy, just pushing that one in. Didicus looking.
Oh, Skull Chaos in a bit of a bad place here. Looks like they're going to do quite a bit of damage, but
that does pop the ghost.
Yeah, he does have to ghost out of there. You know, ultimately, there's only so much CC that's coming out of Silas and Ivern.
Yeah, Silas also here not having all that much
almost hits the
damage here.
Yeah, I mean, you notice that Zegna is kind of having a hard time going in.
I feel like right
Yellow
now...
Cactus under tower does take 2 shots there, and the true damage. Both of them are very low.
I feel like kind of right now in the bot lane, Party Pyro can play as aggressive as he wants just because there's so little.
Oh my gosh, the repeat gank for the kill.
That was an aggressive flash, I really like that. That's pretty much the first really proactive thing that we've seen UNM do all series, and it worked.
Yeah, it's Nasus.
Yeah.
Just kill him. Especially a pre-6.
Well, especially in the mid lane Nasus. Like, usually you want to gank the Nasus top, but, like, you now have so many more options.
You have so much more reason to be there.
Of just running it in. You're also just like, oh, this feels so much better of getting a Silas ahead than, I mean, getting an Aatrox ahead isn't, like, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world, but, like, a Silas ahead will be able to just affect the map so much better.
Right, yeah. Looks like in the bot lane, we're seeing the 10 CS difference. Most of that will be cleared up by this. It's not going to be terrible.
No, but I think here, UNM...
Actually, with the buy of the longsword, could get a Noon Quiver right off the kicker.
Yeah, there it is. Really Noon Quiver and the crit cloak.
Wow.
I
don't know about the crit cloak. I probably would have went boots, but...
I maybe would have went boots in a dagger, but I think he's just rushing straight for the mythic, which I don't hate.
Right.
He also, I think he kind of knows that even if the Leona gets on him...
Oh, Viego ganking up top. Dunkel is going to be there. However, in the mid lane, we're seeing Skull Chaos once again fighting Didicus. We are completely missing the top lane fight, but it doesn't matter. Zegna is actually here in the mid lane. Smoosh Punch is getting taken down very low, running up, not finding the kills, and that should actually be Didicus dead as well, unless he manages to dash out. Party Pyro is almost there. Is the Aqua Prison huge? Oh! It is massive Aqua Prison. Dunkel there, only just to wave goodbye to his team.
Unfortunate Party Pyro got both of those, but Didicus getting the assist is going to be huge. Yeah, and just living. That is absolutely massive roam. Unfortunate Smoosh Punch did go down. That Soul Siphon did much more damage than UNM was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was saying it was pre-6 Nasus. He hit 6, and then it was a little bit harder.
Yeah. But either way...
Huge roam by Party Pyro.
Didicus at least is able to sponge up all of his CS. The Skull Chaos does die. And I think overall, pretty good trade for UNM. That rockets Party Pyro so far ahead in this bot lane, which is already going so well for UNM. This Nami should be able to just back... Let's see how much gold she has. 900. That's an item breakpoint pretty much for a support.
Yeah, that is at least the Bandoglass mirror.
Yeah,
right there by itself.
And makes it a lot harder.
Aqua Prison missing on Zegna
to do anything.
Yep. But he does get the snipe down.
Yeah. Anyways, going back to this bot lane, not as much now, but kind of earlier stages of this bot lane. You really didn't need to play that defensively as Freestein, just because there wasn't enough damage on the Ziggs, on the Leona to do anything.
Dodging the punch there. Doesn't actually trade. He has red buff. Yellow Cactus actually looking for engages pretty much constantly with the red buff.
That's the good thing about Ivern. Your top lane Aatrox gets red buff.
Right.
For free.
All the time.
Yep. from here on out, he gets a red buff. Actually, it looks like he can even go and get a blue buff if he wanted.
Yeah, that's true. Although you might want to give it to the Nami, honestly. Freestyle does get hit by the Zenith Blade, does cleanse it. The ultimate comes out from Ziggs. Quite a bit of damage, but nothing is going to actually matter all that much. Yep. Nami does need to back with that gold that she is sitting on. Maybe wants a full item breakpoint, but with no mana.
She's on
1100.
Yeah, 1100. I mean, that's still quite a bit. Yellow Cactus looking to greed a little bit here. He wants that plate.
I mean, there's just no reason not to. With the health regen that you get from red buff, it's just free.
He is quite happy to just kind of chill.
Yep. Didicus coming back in with the Ninja Tabby. Sorry, plated steel caps. Probably a good buy into the Nasus and also the whole rest of the enemy team that isn't Ziggs.
Yeah. I mean, the Soul Siphon's still going to do quite a bit of damage to you. But, yeah.
Yeah, what do you...
I think you're more worried here about the Viego.
Oh, no. Not again. The Spectator client
please.
Is just
Let's see.
Ruining lives.
No, we have the spinning circle of death. We will get this fixed and be right back.
Fox is getting half tower dove. Hello?
Oh.
Dunkel, what are you doing up there, my guy?
It froze for a second, and I was so worried.
I'm having a learned response. Oh, God. Pyro hitting an absolutely massive Aqua Prison, but takes the kill.
That is unfortunate, but I think they get this full tower here. Freestyle should be able to get a decent amount of gold, and UNM actually up in gold right now and should get even more off of this tower.
Listen, I'm not gonna say my hopes are insanely high, but they're pretty high. Zegna kind of finding Didicus, but not really wanting to take the fight.
Yeah, Yellow Cactus.
Oh, what an absolutely, again, these Aqua Prisons. Just wonderful to listen or look at. Solar Flare comes down, misses, does manage to find the grab. However, Yellow Cactus is still there. Soul Siphon is doing so much damage. Oh my goodness, I don't think Yellow Cactus can even make it out of here without not dying. One more Q is going to kill, and man, somehow mid lane just continuing to do the most. Dunkel actually just never mind, finds kill.
Yeah, that
hits the stun.
A lot of things happened across the map, and as I said, UNM was ahead. They aren't anymore.
Swoosh Punch could just die here because they don't have damage. It's just Nami and Ivern.
Yeah, that I think he was hoping to just kind of get there. Didicus, you were teleporting mid to at least save
UNM, you were doing so good, and then suddenly it was so bad. What happened?
Yeah, it's kind of just a lot of turret pressure being traded across all three lanes. AP Cog should be able to do a lot of damage to this turret, at least get, I would imagine, 2 plates here.
On a base level, that was the haha NA do no damage motion. Everyone on the side of Nevada had, you know, quite a bit of damage, and the people left on the side of UNM did not.
Yeah, unfortunately, as I was saying, where's the damage going to come from NVE? I was mostly joking, just because, no.
The ultimate just comes down, and then even if he was gonna die to tower, shield was still up.
Yeah, that.
You hate to teleport back right to die.
Yeah, this was a. You know, I know that there was a decent amount of damage on NVE. I was just hoping that UNM would be able to survive it because it's more skirmishers than anything else. Which I mean, do damage, but
not as much as your.
Not as much as like an 80 carry or something. But it appears to not be the problem. 7 to 4 kills here at almost 14 minutes. 1 turret to 0. UNM
Swoosh Punch sitting in the bush finds the root. However, I don't think you actually want the root. There are 3 people down there, Freestyle. You're insane. Are you just going to try to kill them? I guess so. Finding the ultimate, shooting down everything that you can. Daisy was called out, but it's not going to be enough. Skull Chaos finds Party Pyro. And that is... Should have been a
12.
shutdown, right? Maybe not.
No,
Switch Punch actually just gets tower dove here and then dies. Man, it was just looking so good for like half a second, and then it just started looking so bad for the rest of that time.
Someone please buy heal cut.
All right, Skull Chaos finding a kill in the 2v1. No!
Stop going against Nasus if you don't have heal cut. That's the tweet.
How many stacks does he have? Can you click him? Because spectator client, like, what is he sitting at 14 minutes?
He has 258 stacks at 14 minutes.
Oh.
And a Divine Sunderer.
And a maxed out Q because he's level 9 or 11, and second tier ult.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, the idea was there. They did what they needed to do early and just kind of try to kill him.
The problem is,
but then he hit 6.
I don't want to belabor the point, but they do keep trying to attack this Nasus in the 2v1s without any heal cut. I would like to point out...
You don't want to belabor the point? Or?
that is an important... listen, it would be the same thing as if UNM kept trying to kill a Vladimir, and then being like, without an Executioner's calling on Yellow Cactus, and then being like, why is he healing so much?
I mean, what's really sad is that there isn't really any heal cut on the side of Nevada, and yet Aatrox doesn't heal as much as the Divine Sunderer.
Well, part of that is Aatrox doesn't even have his... No.
Riot Games! You clowns!
They fixed the top scoreboard on the Spectator client.
Only to have it
crash. We're gonna go to be right back. All right, we're back.
All right, they took mid tower. Things are looking bad. Yellow Cactus got set ulted right into the enemy team. Freestein is attempting desperately to hit anything. Misses the Aphelios ultimate. Zegna is tanking tower. Smoosh Punch taken down really low. Unfortunately, the Aatrox is killing his own team. AP Cog almost dies to the tower. Didicus is in the bottom lane trying to fight the Susan. However, I don't think that's a fight you want to take. Like, yeah, sure, you're in the tower, but you still will die. Oh my gosh.
That was aggressive.
All right, Freestein managing to find the kill on Zegna, but was it worth it? I don't think so. It was just a support.
I mean, Freestein died as a support. As a Zegna, you go, yeah, that was worth. I mean...
Man, we just hopped right in there.
Yeah, that was
a quick fire moment.
UNM now down 7,000 gold here.
Once again.
They were looking real good for a minute there.
I wanted to believe.
Listen.
You know that X-Files poster? I want to believe.
I was already believing. The cryptids are out there.
Warehouse 13 is real. All right, UNM trying to claw their way back into this game. Picking up farm where they can. As the map does begin to shrink, at least they are being funneled farm. It's probably the best thing they have going for them, as Dragon is still on a... What is that?
2 minutes?
Yeah.
Right, 2 minutes 13.
Dragon Soul's at a 25-minute-ish timer.
I think that's Mountain Soul. No, okay.
It is Infernal, which is
Infernal.
bad.
Yeah, that's
you don't like to see that one.
Great. That's definitely not one that we'd want to give up. So what I want to see UNM do here is
stem the bleeding. Put on your tourniquet.
Somehow. Okay, so the actual thing that I will say is I think if UNM... Oh,
here comes Donkel on trying to find the Aphelios. However, the tidal wave does hit. Zegna is finding something. Yellow Cactus coming in off the backside. Skull Chaos is diving really deep. Actually could die here. There's a lot of CC coming down. Zegna is going to have to walk away.
That's a big shutdown.
That's a huge shutdown. Yellow Cactus finding the movement speed. Gonna kill Zegna. Finds the movement speed again.
Good
is
flash.
on AP Cog. Could hit the... As long as he hits all of his abilities, he's going to find the auto. Kills him. However, Dunk on the backside steals... The Ivern Soul, which
Yeah.
is probably honestly not that good of a
I
seal.
think he legitimately kind of trolled himself there by picking the Ivern.
Oh my God! Rangara just come in murdering Party Pyro, and then Freestein in the 1v4 finds 2 kills, could find a third. Didicus just ran away.
Leaving.
Oh, in the 1v4 finds the triple. Still could kill Didicus here, depending on how things go.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Okay. UNM win that fight 5v4. I think Didicus maybe trolled his top lane a little bit right there. I think they legitimately 2v1 Rangara there.
I mean, I think you at the very least try the 4v1, and if you lose it, you just go, damn.
Well, no, like I think if Didicus didn't like opt out, like that just kind of looked like little
It was a miscommunication.
yeah, miscommunication.
But
oh,
yes,
no.
I agree. Oh my
let's
God,
see.
what a TP.
Okay, yeah, he's able to get out.
Yeah.
I think Yellow Cactus was saying, Didicus, you have enough damage, and Didicus was saying, I'm scared.
All right.
Tidal Wave?
Tidal Wave hits. Zenga does find the...
but they know that Skull Chaos is here, and as soon as they see him, even though there are 4...
Even though there are 4 of them, they almost just got quadrad by one character, and it wasn't even that one. Dunkel hits Smoosh Bunch, however, Freestein is able to just keep autoing.
God.
That is so much damage coming out of Regna. Party Pyro dies. The double kill comes down. That's a triple.
No.
Probably the quadra. Rough.
Oh, no. All right, Didicus.
Just rough. What else do you say?
The gentlemanly play there for Didicus is to...
you press an emote and you say...
Is to run it in and give him the penta.
Yeah, I mean, something that we didn't really know with this Ziggs is that no matter how useless he is, he still hits towers and blows them up at a quarter HP.
I wasn't expecting this set to become 9-1.
I don't think anyone was. He was not doing. He was doing just like whatever.
He was doing like fine in lane. Like even just looking at the CS, like up 30 is, I mean that's not good, but that's not like.
You'll notice an interesting thing about the UNM comp here is that they actually don't really have that much CC. Also, it looks like Ivern took Future Market, which is interesting. He was at -2 there for a second.
He's at 9, and yeah.
But the counter to Set is to just make sure he doesn't move, and he
yeah,
can't do
but
anything.
Unfortunately, kind of what UNM's been doing is they've been grouping up so much that the Set ult is more or less just kind of killing all of them.
It's actually one-shot Party Pyro.
So I would like to see not that.
How the Nami have fallen.
How they do not that. I'm not entirely certain, but I want to see it. Oh, we do. I may be screaming it enough over here, has said, because I see 3 Oblivion orbs on the team.
Well, you notice that they're not just dying all the time anymore.
Yeah, actually,
so?
that fight where, hold on, let me turn off chat. Forgot to do that. Oh,
Zegna actually getting found in the jungle.
Just run.
However,
UNM,
oh
just
no,
run.
The solar flare does find it. Just leave him to
die.
Leave him to die.
But anyways, that fight where Nasus ran under the turret and got CC'd until he died, that was really good for UNM. And then Set 1v5 to them.
Yeah.
Here AP Cog taking Baron.
He can't solo that as Ziggs, but he does have a team behind him. Susan in the bot lane.
UNM, I think, knows that this is... Oh.
The spectator client dying once again.
We're just going to leave it to us.
Yeah, you're just going to have to see us do it.
Yeah. So, okay, I mean, we have a good pause. How does UNM get back in this?
They steal this Baron.
Unfortunately for them, I don't think that one's in the cards.
Unlucky.
they
do have an opportunity to kill Nasus in the bot lane, which would be a pretty good shutdown, and then maybe take the 4v5 after that, assuming that he doesn't just 1v5 them, which honestly could happen.
You'd hope. Okay,
oh, actually, wait, Freestein could get it. That's a tidal wave in.
They do it. They got it.
They got the first part. Now the next part is to take the 4v5 and then win it. Get the Baron off of all of them.
All right. I mean, there is a 4v5. All right.
This is possible. They don't have tidal wave. They don't have a Aphelios ult.
They're only down 10,000 gold.
That's
at 23
fine.
minutes. Come on. Okay.
All right, they have the Viego ult.
Viego.
This is a perfect opportunity. Grab the Leona. Zegna not quite getting pulled. Didicus almost hitting the pull. Man, Nevada is just walking away from that. That is so sad.
Yeah, and that was the ultimate from Yellow Cactus. The Shirelias out of Smoosh. Smoosh here nearly dies.
Actually, yeah, looks like Nevada's going to re-engage. The Aqua Prison misses. Yellow Cactus is in kind of a rough spot here.
Didicus?
However, Didicus in the backside doing a lot of damage.
Oh, no.
However, Rengara is just on to Freestein. Oh, Didicus maybe finding some kills in the back. Oh, the Ziggs flash means that he just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but he bought time for his team.
He does.
They are here, but also Nasus barreling down the mid lane. Party Pyro forcing the flash out from the
Freestein wants the kill. Actually, he's going to do so much damage. Doesn't quite kill him, though.
Doesn't get it, and he does die.
He died?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That... I think that's Soul.
Not game.
I think that's Soul, though.
Smoosh Punch is up.
Yeah.
However, the vision difference is immense. Even if he were to try to walk down there to steal the dragon.
Let's do a stack check. 543.
It's only going to get worse.
Actually, so the thing is, Nasus actually falls off pretty hard. Because even though his stacks do get more, the counter to Nasus is you just explode him. And then at a certain point, Freestein will do more damage than Nasus.
Yeah, he does have the DOMs and the...
That's going to take 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm not... unless Nevada keeps... I mean, they're actually... They've kind of thrown a couple of fights.
All right, Shirelias. Regna's rooted. Yellow Cactus actually dodging.
Back.
Looks like the Abelius ult hits. The Aqua Prison hits too. It's almost huge. Unfortunately, UNM is just so far behind that they actually can't find the kills.
Yeah,
Freestein next up on the list.
Had the Lamau 200 years, but unfortunately for him, it was just barely not enough.
Unfortunately for him, it's been 200 gold since the last time. Actually, just killed AP Cog. Got a little big for his britches there.
Lamau 200, again, 200 years Lamau.
Yes. That is Infernal Soul for Nevada. After taking a Baron, being 10, 11k gold up, I have a feeling that they are just going to run it down a lane, and that'll be game.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
They don't have Baron anymore. I think that's mid tower gone.
I mean, it's just Nasus. Man.
All right, Daisy's here. Don't worry.
That is so much farm. Very satisfying to watch. Dunkel gets the bottom tower for 600. UNM is on the back foot, and I don't know if there's really a good way to get back in this game unless Nevada just throws it.
I'm going to say, I'll put it this way. I think they're on their back feet.
Yes. I think that they got pushed over.
Yes. To quote Groove,
they're just on their back.
To quote Groove from Despicable Me, knocked over. If we want to look at CS diffs real quick, I would like to point out the doubling that Dunkel has on Smoosh Bunch.
Yeah. I know Ivern doesn't.
Freestein is up. That's good. Has 3 items and a Zeal. I mean, we've seen him do damage. If that fight happens around Dragon again, and Freestein gets another item, and the good set steal from Didicus, I think they win it. That's a lot of that's a
big set of contingencies.
A lot of hypotheticals. But we saw it happen once, so therefore maybe around this Baron in a minute, everyone's a little bit stronger. I think the hijack cooldown is off. Where's Set?
They could find a pick.
Is the hijack cooldown off?
Not quite, but it will be by Baron.
Yeah. Okay. So just do it again.
Just don't die. Critical piece.
Critical information. Okay, Yellow Cactus.
Okay, they have no vision.
Use the blast plant the other way, please. Just get rid of it. Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Let's see. Okay, Baron in 20. I think UNM might just give it
Baron in 20. They have no vision. They have no...
Not even just no vision. No vision in this jungle. They can't even safely face check it.
They have...
Skull Chaos has a... has a potion on. An elixir. He has 1 damage item. He has what's the grasp item?
Anathema's
Yeah,
Chains.
he has an Anathema's Change. I don't know on who. Does it tell you? I would have to imagine it's
Aatrox or Freestein?
I would think it's Freestein, and that's
just a Baron going down uncontested.
Does it tell you?
They could catch him on a rotation, maybe.
I can't tell who it is.
Well, Didicus is poly. They're not going to catch anyone on a rotation.
Yeah, and that was really where the good fight from UNM came from, getting the pick onto Skull Chaos.
Yeah.
Ooh, Rengara down to half HP. That could be big.
Or you could just regen it. I mean, it's set.
They have no sustain on this team. Oh, that's like half. That's a third of AP Cogs HP.
All right.
Yellow Cactus is doing just straight nothing.
Little damage to that.
Chaos. Okay. Daisy.
Oh, the Aphelios ult whiffs, and then the Nevada walks away with the with a flash in to kill Smoosh Punch, and then there's Nasus in the back line, just absolutely murdering people. He gets the ultimate off. Yellow Cactus is dead. The whole rest of the team is dead, and any hopes that UNM had are dashed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what else is there to say? Nevada wins.
UNM. Yeah. GG's to Nevada. Don't know what their score is. But thank you everyone for watching. GG's to Nevada. Be sure to tune in on Monday as our Call of Duty team plays someone. Don't actually know who it is. It was Boise.
Check our Twitter.
Yeah, check our Twitter, and we will pull out the dub them. So if you want to cast any games, please contact one of us on the Discord. I have been Dieter Elegant Cabbage Hambicki.
And I've been Mark Luna Ephemera by Loon.
And thanks for watching.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on all of our socials. You'll see them on the left when we're streaming.